Good morning, friends. How's everybody doing today? Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful day, August 1st. Oh, where did the month of July go? I was just having this conversation with another person in our admin group, and I said, where did our month go? Trying to get us logged into Facebook, or let Facebook catch up with us. Oh my goodness, how is everybody today? I hope everybody is having a great day. I know I'm having a great day. I'm ready to do a little crafting, and I'm just doing some prep kind of stuff today, so I thought, well, I can get on and do that with you guys. Hi Judy, thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, I'm trying to pull up our events for this month. Go over all the little details I can think of. Thought we'd give it just a minute in case anybody else wants to pop in. Of course, people can catch us on the replay. And if you are catching us on the replay and you've got questions, make sure that you put replay first in capital letters. And that way we know when you watched it. And then we'll know that we didn't answer your question yet. So if you can do that for me, that is very, very helpful. Good morning, Maria. I've got my coffee, ready to get this day started. Ready. Miss Hannah is getting things set up for our Planner Girl Challenge. I hope we get some more activity in our Planner Girl Challenge. I know that we have more planners out there than we have jumping into our challenges, and so I'm hoping that more people will be participating in that, because it really is a lot of fun when we have more people. Hey Nat, thanks for joining. Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. The prep that I'm doing today, I am going to be cutting some tag bases. I'm probably going to cut some ribbon. Not anything too exciting, really. Just thought I would get on here and do a little chat while I was doing some prep. Crafting and chatting. What's not to love? So I'm making, I'm in the October Daily Challenge. No, wrong. I'm in the October Daily, what are we calling it? October Daily Tag Swap. And so everybody that's in that is creating 31 tags. We had somebody drop out last minute, which is fine. It didn't fit for them. And I'd rather have them drop last minute than participate and not be able to make their swap. So, I am actually making a whole nother set of tags to go with it. So I'm going to end up with 2 October dailies, which kind of got me having to put my thinking cap on how I was going to do all of the partners. But I think it's going to be fun, because I don't think any 2 people are going to have the same exact tags in this swap. So every October daily is going to be different, which will be really cool to see how they turn out. At least that's my hope. So with that, I've got to make some more jumbo media tags. We're using the jumbo media tags. This one happens to be a Tim Holtz one, but they all measure 4 inches wide by 8 inches tall. And so what I do to make it easy on myself, the first thing that I do is take my 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it down to 8 inches. So that's pretty simple. Kind of almost... you don't have to give it a whole lot of thought. I use my Cricut trimmer, and I can do 2 pieces usually really, really easily. So I'm just going to prep my 8-inch sections and see if anybody else pops in. If anybody has any questions, tell me what you got going on, guys. What are you doing in your crafty world? Are you busy crafting? Are you busy planning? Are you busy getting ready for back to school? What's going on with y'all? know we have some teachers in our group that are getting ready to do back to school stuff. And I think I even saw a post this morning. Somebody, I don't know if they're in this group, but I saw a post that they were starting school today. I just can't even imagine starting school on August 1st. Now, once upon a time, my son, my baby boy, my firstborn, he was in year-round school. And so we did 6 weeks of school followed by 1 week off. No, that's wrong. 6 weeks of school followed by 2 weeks off, and did that year-round. And it was a fun program. I actually really liked it. That's the only time that he was in school in the summertime. And it was a pilot program that our city was trying out, and it didn't last but 1 year, but I liked it. Oh, Nat's working on her order for May May. I love it. I am so excited for Natalie. I love the bottle topper. Let's see. Topper stoppers. The art glitter glue topper stoppers. And she's already gone ahead. She's been able to announce it that her big order is through May May Made It. And so May May is going to be selling those, I believe, in the online store as well as the store itself. People can come to see May May at May May Made It. And so we have a lot of people that go there and visit in person. And there's an actual store there. And sometimes people don't know that it is actually a retail store too. But she's going to have those in the store as well as online, I believe. So I'm taking my paper that I've cut down to 8 inches, and I'm just making 4-inch cuts across to give me my tag base. Judy is painting rocks to hide. Judy, where do you hide your rocks? What kind of places do you hide your rocks? Very interested to know. I have some friends that do the rock thing, and they do a lot more hunting than they do hiding. They search for them, but sometimes they get big batches together, and they sit down and they have a painting day, and then they go out and they hide rocks. I think it's very fun. Any kind of creative outlet. I have to be excited for any kind of creativity. Sewing, cooking, painting, doing paper crafts, of course, because that is my first love. I also was a stained glass artist, and I did kiln glass as well. But I always come back to paper. I can't get away from cooking. I don't know. I like cooking. I really like baking. But it's not so much fun when you just have to cook every single day. Whoa, excuse me. The summer allergies keep getting me. Keep getting me. What else do you guys have going on? Thank you. I've grabbed 2 at a time on that one. I usually try to keep my colors together. I don't know why. I figure that I'm only cutting 2 at a time anyway, so keep my colors together. They like to be segregated and all that. A little of my OCD-ness coming through. So, yeah, Hannah said this morning she's going to get the Planner Girl set up for August, and we're going to give it 1 more month and see if we can get some participation. I sure hope that we can, because it's a fun thing to do, and I am not really a decorative planner at all. I'm more of a functional planner, and I've been trying to use the Happy Planner. I don't remember if this is year 3 or year 4, but it's not really working for me. And so I actually went back to the old style planners that I really love and got some yesterday that I can be working with. And one is so that I can keep up with my business stuff, and one is so I can keep up with my life stuff, and very exciting. So Judy says, you're going to have a paint day, and you're just going to hide them at the zoo. Oh, that's interesting. What a neat idea, at the zoo. How fun is that? Oh, Nat, you're going to have the baby today. I guess she's not really a baby anymore. What do we call her? Besides chicken. I love that we call her chicken. She's the chicken. So I cut all of my my cards down, all of my paper down, cardstock, to 4 inches wide by 8 inches tall. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to go through, and we're going to try to do 5. I don't know. This could be a fail. I'm all about fabulous or fail, right? So I'm just using a media tag that I already have as my guide, and I'm going to snip the corners. Ooh, triangles everywhere. Triangles, triangles everywhere. And then I'm going to take a couple of them while I have my tag here. And I'm using the media tag I already have as a guide because I like to keep things simple. And I'm going to hole punch it. Easy peasy. I'm going to do the rest of them. Now, I made the mistake in my first set of tags. I went through and I thought, I'm going to be brilliant, and I'm going to put all of my hole reinforcements on first. And so I did take the time to decide what my theme was going to be, as far as what the tags were going to, each tag was going to look like color-wise, so that I could hole reinforcements on that kind of coordinated with them. But then on some of them, I ended up layering so much stuff that I covered the hole reinforcements up. So I'm hoping that my partners don't think I skipped that step, because they're there, but some of them you just really can't see them at all. And so this time, I'm going to save the hole reinforcements for the very last thing instead of doing them early on. My craft color paper is, or craft cardstock is way thicker. I don't know why that is, because I buy the same weight in cardstock, but yet you can tell a distinct difference in the craft. And sometimes the black, which is funny because it's always hit or miss for me with the black. Sometimes my 85 or 110 pound cardstock feels thinner than what it should. You know, like the white is actually feeling thicker. And then with the craft, sometimes it is way thicker. So yeah, I'm just sitting here trimming up some tags, getting tags ready. That's pretty simple. And I did 3 sheets of paper for each, and so what I'm going to end up with is 1 set of tags, because we're doing 6 sets of 5. Well, this is how I'm doing it. Everybody can do their own thing. They can make 31 totally different, totally, you know, individual, well thought out. Hi, Nikki. They can make 31 different tags, or they can make sets of tags. And I'm doing sets of tags because I find it easier. And so what I'm doing with that is 6 sets of 5 tags. Well, because of the way that I cut my paper, one of these sets is not going to be the same color card base. So, hi, Margie. Hi, Nikki. I'm so glad y'all could join us this morning. What are y'all doing today? Do you have any fun crafty stuff going on? Share with us in the chat. Uh-oh. The black is way thick today. Hi, Maria. Trying to hole punch, and the hole punch won't go through. Whenever that happens, it's typically user error. I have a lot of user error in my life. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining this morning. We're just chatting and crafting, doing a little prep for what I've got to do later today. I have my 31 tags all set for my first set of partners, but we had somebody drop out of the October daily, and so we ended up with 9 people. So I'm doing 2 sets, and I was explaining that I think that's going to be actually kind of fun. Hi, Audra. Good morning. Good morning. Nikki, high school. No more homeschooling. Holy cow. I don't even know how to feel about that. I hope you're excited. I don't know. My youngest went to high school her senior year. My oldest went all 4 years to high school. We did homeschooling almost up until that point. But yeah, that's exciting. I don't know. I remember, when my oldest, the day that we went and registered him for high school, was the first day that I felt like my age had caught up with me. Like I felt old, which is funny because I was a young parent. Especially with him, I was a young parent, but I was feeling old. My baby was going to high school. I'm so excited for you. What a fun adventure. Oh my goodness. I'm excited for him too. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, I do homecoming mums. Let me just go ahead and put a pitch in to you. So he's going to high school. If you guys do homecoming and you're not making homecoming mums yourself, you should hit me up because I do that. I have been doing it for 20 years. 20 very long years. Love doing it. For those of you who are not in the South and don't know about Texas high school football, homecoming is an excuse to wear really big, gaudy, jingly, noisy, I don't know. I don't even want to call them flowers, but they are. A mum is a type of flower that is used as the centerpiece or the top portion of this huge decoration that is worn to school, to the homecoming game, and in some places they actually have a homecoming dance that the kids go to. In our town, nobody goes to the dance. Everybody goes to the game. Everybody wears the homecoming mums to school, but they don't go to the dance, which I just think is kind of funny. But, you know, who knows why kids do things, right? Oh, I make mums. I've been doing it for 20 years. And I can do mums and garters and finger mums and mini mums and you name it. We've done door mums. That's kind of a popular thing here too. When you have a baby at the hospital, they put a mum or wreath on the door. Mums is kind of a Texas thing. It is a badge of honor, and the badge of honor has gotten ridiculous because now the girls are wearing mums that are bigger than they are, and they have to have a lanyard to have it string across their neck so that they can have the weight distributed to wear the thing all day, which is just crazy, crazy, crazy. My daughter, her biggest one, I don't remember if her biggest one was a triple or a double, but we built it like a double. It may have had three big flowers in it, but it was for her senior year. And she started having mums when she was in first grade because she had a brother in high school. And so if he was given one to his girlfriend, he was given one to his sister. And so she got to have several mums growing up, not one every year, but she did start in first grade. And through the years, she had, like, her junior high team all had one. And then when she was in 8th grade, she was on the high school team for volleyball and went ahead and had one then. And then I think she had one every year from 8th grade on. So it was lots of fun. You want to see this, Mom? I can make that happen. I can actually make that happen. Because I have kept them all. I don't know. My sons are packed away in a box. I have his and his girlfriend, his high school girlfriend for the most part, not all the way through high school, but most of high school is now his wife. And so I have hers as well. And I did both of theirs. I did the garter for my son and I did the mum for my daughter-in-law. And then I have my daughter's senior one pretty close by. So I may just have to grab that for you. I remember that. I remember seeing that, Nikki. It was such a cute thing. I love that. And we do X-Mums too. That's what they're called for the alumni. And when I was growing up, the Alumni Association homecoming mums, that was who actually wore them. It wasn't the high school kids. It was the Alumni Association that were coming back to the high school for the football game. And the Alumni Association always did their reunions at the time of homecoming. So that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I remember seeing the big mums back in the day when I was still in high school. So I have some extra pieces that I had cut off from, I'm trying to get everything together. I have some extras that I had cut from my last set of tags. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these guys down too. This one is not correct. Let's see. There we go. No, still not correct. I'm going to save that one out. So let's make sure these are 8 inches one way or another. There we go. No. No, I must have already cut some stuff off of here. That's okay. Let's see. Which way? 7, 8. Okay, so this one is going to get cut at 4. And let's see. Yep, that leaves us 4 there. And I'm going to use this. Uh-oh, that's not tall enough. Well, never mind. We'll be doing those for a different set of tags. I don't know. I got that just completely wrong. That's okay. I have all my other tags ready to go. So what I did is I've got them in sets of 5. And so I have these 5 sets that are the same bases. And then I have a set of other bases that's another 5, so that gives me 6 sets of 5. And then I'm using one of my extra ones. I don't know if I'm going to use pink or if I'm going to use white. This one's got some smudges on it, but if I'm going to cover the whole thing, but I have to do 31 tags, and so the 31st tag is the October 31st, and so I may not use pink for that one, but I know one of these will be a pink theme, even though it's not going to be a pink base. Traditions do vary from state to state. I had the opportunity to live in the Midwest for a couple of years when my son was very young, and they do homecoming mums, but what they do is they have the actual mum plants, the flowers, and they put mums on everybody's front porch along with pumpkins, because it's in the Midwest and it was that time of year that pumpkin season was going on. And so they put those on the front door, and then the girls wore an actual mum flower with just a bow behind it, like a little bit of ribbon and not a lot of streamers. And that was how they did their homecoming mums. But I'm going to go grab this thing. It's very, very large and very noisy, but I'll be right back with it. So we just pulled it out of a box a couple days ago. So it's got a little bit of wrinkles in it for sure. But this is for her senior year. And so I'm going to see if I can put part of it in the camera. You won't be able to get all of it. It is a yard of ribbon long. And that comes after you have the top part. And for senior year, the schools around here either do gold and white or silver and white. And so her school was doing silver and white, because silver was their accent color for all of their school colors. And they didn't really have a homecoming that year, but seniors still got to do it. And she wanted hers to have pink in it. So the top of it has 2 large mum flowers, and then lots of ribbon, and it's got her little princess bear with a tiara and a flower bouquet. And this is a throwback to one of her prom dresses. She has a pink princess prom dress, I say that 16 times, I guess, that happened to be her favorite dress that she wore, and it was in her junior year. And so for senior year, she wanted something that symbolized that to go in her mum. So that's what we did. And she's got her little graduation cap and her diploma, and her bear has a tiara because we call her Princess. And she's got little earrings, and there's a little crystal in there. And then you've got a yard length of ribbon that goes down, and it has every kind of ribbon you can imagine in it. Lots of specialty ribbon. Like, she really likes printed newsprint kind of looking stuff, so we found some ribbon that was like that. And she likes bling, so we had lots and lots of bling added to it. See if we can show it pretty good. And then this one says Senior Spirit. I'm hoping it's showing up because the lag shows it to me very much later. But yeah, it's got some, it's mainly acetate ribbon, but it does have some satin ribbon and the little pieces of grosgrain that are in there as well. And we did a fun loopy, they call this a braid even though it's not a braid, but they call it a braid, and it has a little heart hanging off the end of it as well as bells. And then she has her military braid down the center, and hers has a senior star at the bottom of it. And so yeah, that's just a quick little example of what a homecoming mom can look like. Of course, that's a senior one, so they're different. The juniors have a different one, the seniors have a different one, and then freshmen and sophomores, usually it's anything goes. But depending on the school, they each have their own traditions as to who wears what, and it shows the class. Oh, to make them, what does it cost to make? That's such a trick question because it's actually, in my opinion, more expensive to go and buy the stuff and make it yourself than it is to go to somebody who makes them. Because like myself, I buy everything in bulk at wholesale prices. And so I buy bolts of ribbon instead of yards of ribbon. And it actually makes the cost so much less to do. But a senior one for me to make, oh my gosh, I think that we probably spent somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 for everything. And then that gave me enough to do his garter as well as her senior mom, and then some ribbons left over. But they run anywhere from $85 up to $150 for what we sell. And then we have some that we do that are real, we call them a basic, and that doesn't mean that they are plain. It just means that they don't have a lot of extras in them, and they start at $45, and that's the sale price of them. But you can't buy the stuff to make one for $45 because you have to buy so much extra of the ribbons and the trinkets and all those kind of things. So like I said, it's kind of a trick question, because there's not just a real straight answer. I know girls that go to Hobby Lobby when things are 50% off and spend $200 and still don't have everything that they need for their homecoming mom, which is just crazy to me. It's crazy. So that was a fun little detour. Yay, homecoming. Thanks for asking about that. Of course, I just threw that out there to Nikki. Hey, let me make you a mom. So I'm trying to pull up our events for this month, and it is being really crazy on me. Like, it's showing me today's events, but it doesn't want to show me, let's see, calendar. There we go. So we have the Planner Girl Challenge. And what else do we have going? I know we have more than one thing. Our calendar is showing one thing. I know that that is not right. Let me see if I can get it to do it a different way. Now, do you know how to get the calendar to show up on a PC? Because I'm kind of lost at that. I may have lost Natalie. Oh, there we go. She hasn't posted anything for August yet. Okay. Well, we had, let me go to past events. That will help. So, past events. We've got the ATC Jams that is finishing up. I hope that has been so crazy. We have had stuff get lost. I'm going to tell you guys another fun mail story. I shared this with Natalie the other day, and with the person, I think it was Eva that sent me everything. So, I get my first ATC Jam back in the mail, and I get the envelope, and it's obviously taped, but it looks like it's been opened. But it has tape on it. And so I thought nothing of it. I thought, okay, well, you know, the girl who sent it to me needed to open it back up, and she just taped it shut. No big deal. So I open it up. There's a lovely card with a letter in it, and I read the letter, and I realize that there is a plastic sleeve for the ATC in with the card, and it's empty. And so I'm like, what is going on? And I'm looking, and I see that the envelope had been, you know, opened not so gingerly from the inside. You could tell because the way that I opened it, you could see that. Well, apparently, somebody needed my goodies out of that envelope more than I did, but yet they still delivered it to me. So, my ATC card was stolen in the mail out of my envelope, but they still gave me the envelope, which was really kind of funny. I've not had that happen. I've had quite a few get lost. I've had quite a few go completely missing with the post office and had to file claims with them, but I've not had one that had been pillaged and then resealed and sent on to me. So I got to see pictures of what the ATC was supposed to look like and what it looked like when she sent it out and what it looked like when other people got it. But I just have to go back to, this was a complete mistake on my part, because we decided when setting this up, the ATC Jams, because there was so many partners to mail to, and it was going to be such a small envelope, that we would go ahead and do it with regular shipping and not have tracking. And we won't be doing that again, because with tracking, things like this rarely happen. They can still happen, but we've had so many things get lost, so many problems with the ATC Jams that was supposed to end up. I think that we're 10 days past due at this point. No, I'm sorry. We are 12 days past due, and we still have some people who have not gotten theirs from their number 2 partner to be able to finish the number 3 and send it on. So that has just been crazy, but that was a little bit sad. So anyway, there's my sad saga about the mail. One single ATC card. I'm sure there was probably some other stuff in the envelope that made it a little chunky. Otherwise, they wouldn't have noticed to even open it up. Either that, or they figured it was a check, because it was obviously a greeting card size envelope with a card inside of it. But nonetheless, let's go through our stuff that I'm looking at here. We have our July Planner Girl Challenge is wrapped up. We have the Christmas in July mini pocket letter. I think that is wrapped up. The loaded mini envelope is going on. I don't know when that ends. And then let's see, the ATC Jams is going on. And what else? We have Hollow Craft Tween Challenge going on. That's by Eva. I really kind of love that. The recipe album is going out very soon. There's a bow swap that Natalie says has to be mailed out this Friday. It's not showing me those. Let's see. Paper bag mini album, I think that's finished up. So Eva posted this Halloween challenge for crafting, and that is so cool what she's doing. Let me go ahead and pull it up so I don't tell you guys wrong. She is posting every day different crafts that she's doing, and you can craft right along with her if you so choose and make the same craft or something similar, or you can do your own, and you post that in the challenge in the event that was created for it. And when you post that, then you're entered into some sort of a drawing, I believe is what's going on with that. And so there's lots of cute things. It does not have to be the craft that she is doing. It's just some kind of craft every day from now until Halloween, which is kind of exciting. I have lots of them that I still need to get posted, because some of them I don't want to post because they're part of the swaps that I have going on. And some of them I just haven't gotten posted yet because I have been crazy busy. I just finished making 36 signs to go out to a trade show this weekend that is being done, and I get to put my stuff in it but don't have to work it, so it's kind of the best of both worlds for me. But I had to finish up doing all of those signs, and I had 20 surfaces still left to design. And then yesterday got dragged out of the house to go and run lots of errands and stumbled across a great deal on more surfaces. And so I bought 25 more surfaces last night. So I have 45 things waiting for me to design and get done. I'm like, what? I think I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy. Insane. What else is going on, Miss Nat? Did I miss anything? Because I know it's not showing me everything on my view over here. So I'm just cutting ribbon. Nothing exciting. Cutting acetate ribbon, which is very much like the ribbon that is used for, it is the ribbon that's used for making the base of Homecoming Mums. And this is actually mum ribbon that I grabbed out of my stash from years past. My lime green here was from a volleyball team, and we had to have lime green for our girls for their mums. It was a fun thing. And I'm going to be making some Halloween inspired somethings. I'm not sure if I'm going to make tassels or paper clips or just what yet with it. Oh, I'm sorry, Nat. You've had lack of participation. Well, I imagine that there might be some lack of participation going on with the Halloween craft thing as well, because doing something every day for that long is hard to get people into. But at least, you know, there's something. That's something. I hate when we don't have participation. It's frustrating for those of us that are in the background that are doing the planning. Because we're like, well, everybody wants swaps, everybody wants something to do, and then they don't want to do it. What are we doing wrong? What do we need to be swapping? It's hard, but you can't make everybody happy. We have found that out over time to be a very, very big truth. Was there a winner for June? I guess that wouldn't have been done yet, because with June just ending, I'm sure if there's a winner that she will be announcing it, but it may not. There may not have been anybody that qualified to win. I don't know. I have to admit I didn't keep up with that because I knew I had some crazy life stuff going on with some family members with some health issues and whatnot. And for those of you who have sent me cards, thank you so much. I need to really reach out to everybody and let them know that I've received some cards. I appreciate the cards. It's still a little raw for me, so that's all I'm going to say about that. But I do appreciate it. I do. So I'm doing some, I think I'm going to do maybe some mini tassels. I haven't decided yet. But I'm going to do non-traditional colors. I don't know. I see a lot of stuff in these colors now, but I'm saying they're non-traditional. For this, it's going to be orange and lime green and purple for this little project that I'm making 5 of. I think it'll be kind of fun. Something a little different besides just the plain orange and black, or I've seen a lot of things that are just orange, so I wanted to do something different. And I chalked up a bunch of stuff for the tags too. Well, a bunch, at least one of the tags. I think 2 of them have stuff from the stencils on them. Chalked up things. I think 2 of them. Well, now you just go and check whenever you've got time to do it. You've got Chicken there today. Gonna be giving her lots of lovies, I'm sure. So much fun to get to spend time with her. Oh, send me some pictures today. I need a dose of chicken in my life. I love littles. And on my time hop, it popped up my littles. I have been with them more years of their life on this day than I have not, and so I'm kind of missing them today. They're north of Houston, and I'm in North Texas, and so we're 5 hours away. My littles are not my grandchildren; they are my niece and nephew, but they are the closest thing that I have to grandbabies. That I'm gonna have to grandbabies for quite some time. At least that's what my children tell me. So, we'll see. We'll see on that. However, I'm inclined to believe it at this point. We have watched her grow since she was born. It's so much fun seeing those pictures. Love it. This time, I think it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago and 5 years ago, this time of year, we were at the beach in Port Aransas. And that is one of my favorite places to be. And the last time that I went was with my littles. And it was their first time to get to go. And we took our dog, and it was her first time to get to go. And it was so much fun. It's such a different experience with little kids than it is with big kids. At least that's, my take on it. It's also a different experience when the little kids are not yours. It's fun to get to spoil them and walk away. I'm bad. I'm bad. My sister's kids, we are very close in age, and our children are not. My oldest is turning 30 this year, and her oldest is turning 11 this year. So it's fun to get to do that with a set of kids. And she got to watch mine grow up before she was inundated with hers. Fun stuff. I can't wait to see these cookbooks. Who's excited about the cookbooks? I'm excited about the cookbooks. I want to see how that goes. I really wanted to participate in that one, and then life happened and I thought better of it, and I'm glad I made that decision. But nonetheless, I want to see them. Bye, Judy. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. I hope you get to do some fun crafting. Something fun, create something. If you don't have any craft time today, cook something. Be creative in some way. I know that it brightens my day every day, so I hope it can brighten yours as well. All these little triangles and hole punched pieces are going in the trash. I'm not saving the confetti. Oh, the horror. Not saving any of it. Nikki, you finished yours? That's so awesome. I can't wait to see them. I love cookbooks. I collect cookbooks, especially old ones. And I really like community cookbooks that have like stories of this is where this recipe came from, that is totally my thing. I love, love, love stuff like that. And some of my all-time favorite cookbooks are antique ones that were published. Oh my goodness. I think I have one published in the 40s that is from New York, that is from a Little Italy section of New York. And it was the basis of, it's kind of the story of an Italian restaurant and how they got started. And it was a family, and it was their family recipes. And they started by, not intentionally, they started accidentally because they were doing, the mama was cooking every day. Of course she was. And, the husband had to bring somebody home for lunch. And so he brought somebody home for lunch. And then that one person became 2 people, became 4 people, became people coming for dinner, became everybody wanted to come and eat at her house. And so finally they outgrew the space that they had in their home. And they went ahead and opened up a little place, and then that little place got outgrown, and then another little place got outgrown, and the next bigger place got outgrown, and then they became this big restaurant in New York City. And for the life of me, I don't remember the name of it, but I loved the stories and the history behind all of the recipes that came from Italy, and different things that we don't see all those kind of things today. It's kind of like if you ever pick up a 1970s cookbook. I don't know what we were thinking in 1970s. And yes, I say we because I was alive and lived in the 70s. But it seems like we ate bizarre food in the 70s. Very, very bizarre food. I keep trying to get the glare off, and by the time the lag catches up with me and I see that I haven't successfully done it, then I have to do it again. And it's kind of funny. Nikki, do you have a favorite cookbook or a favorite recipe that has a story that goes with it? Mine have stories. I'm a storyteller, apparently. I just don't like to do it in writing. But I do have a story for every recipe that is handed down to my kids, and most of them came from my granny and my aunt, who are both in ill health. My aunt has passed away, actually, and my granny is counting her minutes at this point. But I'm really happy to have the recipes that came from that family and from my great-grandmother and her mother and her sisters when they were on the farm in Ohio and Indiana, and how things were done back in the day on the farm with lots and lots of children out there helping with all of the chores and whatnot. Hi, Hannah. Hello, how are you today? Are you ready to grab onto August and savor every moment? I know July flew by and we were like, hey, what happened? How did July happen? We blinked. Hang on to hang on to August. Now, when does your little guy go back to school, Hannah? La, 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 la. I have to let the lag catch up. I can see that it is very far behind. Let's see. Post a little something. Oh, did we lose you, Hannah? I think she's got a little guy in school, and it is back to school prep time. Somebody was just asking me, is it tax-free weekend? And I'm like, looking at them like they have 3 heads, because I no longer have school children. Well, that's not true. I have college school children. And so our back to school prep is very different this year. Very different. It involved, let's see, what did it involve? It involved new comforters and a new comforter and new sheets and new decor for the bedroom. And because she's got a new apartment that she'll be moving to coming up really quick. We actually went to move into the apartment. We already went to the college to move into the apartment, and it was a disaster. It was a total fail. And after two days of what was supposed to be a 12-hour trip, 2 days into it, we turned around and came home. And so she is not moving into the apartment early. She'll be moving in on move-in day with everybody else, and that's perfectly fine. And they assure us that this time the apartment will actually be ready and clean and have the correct roommates in it. Let's hope. Let's just hope. I'm not feeling super confident about that, but it was fun to go and buy new bedroom stuff and do new decor for her room and whatnot. So she's had the same thing for quite some time. She took what she had for her high school bedroom, she took with her for her first 2 years of college. And so now she's in her bachelor program and going to a new city, and kind of her taste has evolved a little bit, but she's also keeping a room here at my house for at least for a few months where she can go back and forth. And so we didn't want to have to haul all that stuff all the time, haul all of her bedding. So we're keeping her bed here, and her apartment that she's going into at Texas State is a furnished apartment. So it has a bed and dressers and nightstands and all that good stuff, and makes it a little bit easier on us doing it that way. A little bit. Oh, I know what you mean, Maria. Tax-free weekend can be just crazy here, but and Maria is in North Texas where I am, so when I say that, I mean for our area. I was just telling somebody the other day, they asked me about chalkboards and was I going to go and stock up on chalkboards on tax-free weekend, and I told them only if they're already on sale, because the sale price on them is way better for me than the tax-free is. I've got to save more than just the taxes on them for it to be a good deal for my business. But at the same time, if I'm going to go and brave those crowds, I need it to be a worthwhile deal for sure. For sure, for sure. I will be watching to say, okay, well, what kind of deals are there? If there's something wonderful that I can't pass up, then I'll be in it. Oh, that's a good idea, ordering online. Speaking of ordering online, I have been to so many Michaels looking for that Maker's Planner book that I showed the other day. I don't know if y'all saw that, but they have it on clearance at Michael's, and I go and it tells me that it's at this store, and I go to that store and we cannot find it, and we go to another store and we cannot find it. And so I think I'm going to give up and order it online if I still can. Yesterday I still could, but I was determined to touch it and feel it and be able to see it in person and make sure that it was something I wanted before I went and bought yet another planner. Because I kind of have an abundance of planners going on. I have multiple happy planners. Oh, tax-free weekend at an outlet mall. No, no, no. Especially add to that 125,000 degrees and taxes. No, no, no. I think that we will skip that. Thank you. I think we must skip that. We'll be trying the online shopping for sure. It is insanity. Now, Maria, you have littles in your life. Do you do something special for back to school for your little people in your life? I like knowing what traditions there are, what people do. I used to buy my littles backpacks. I got to do each of their kindergarten and first grade backpacks, and after that, they wanted to pick it themselves. And I don't live where they live, and so I wasn't able to be a part of that. And my in-laws, they kept my kids in clothes and shoes all the way through school, all the way through senior year. It was hard to do for the girl for senior year because she is a shoeaholic, but they didn't keep her in all of her shoes, but she got new shoes and new outfits and whatnot every year from my in-laws. That was their contribution. I mean, they took her shopping to go and do it, so it wasn't just a here's some money, do your thing. They made an event out of it for sure. No big traditions for you, Maria? One last thing I've got going this morning for prep. Chipboard, cutting up some boxes. Trimming up some boxes. Let's see if it'll go through both sides. It may not. Yeah, I did. So the first thing I do is just cut off, use a folded edge as a straight edge and cut off the ends so that I have straight edges to deal with for doing cuts to make it a little bit easier. Maria says she takes hers to buy a few outfits. You shop for the first day of school. Oh, that's so awesome. That's awesome that you do that. Love that. How fun. Oh, I miss those first days of school. I did a first day of school picture for mine all the way through, which they thought was very annoying. Very, very annoying. They were like, no, we're over it. Over it completely, Mother. Please stop. Nope. I get to be mom. I also had Santa Claus pictures all the way through. So senior year for the girl was the last Santa picture that she did. My son, because he's so much older than she is, he was a good sport about it. And when she was still young and in school, he would go with us and do Santa pictures with her. So that I had one of him, one of her, and then one of them together. And we have a local realtor that their office does Santa pictures, and they don't charge for it. They do it as a food drive for our local food pantry. And so you bring in non-perishable food items and get to go and do your Santa visit that way, which I feel like is a better way to go because I'm doing something community involvement in the community as well as helping. So I'm cutting my chipboard down into 2.5 by 3.5 inches so that they're like pocket letter size, or ATCs is what I'm actually doing, because I create a lot of ATCs, and sometimes I really like to layer them up with paper, and so I use the ugly side, the printed side gets paper covered on it, and then the chipboard side becomes my back. If it's thin chipboard and I like the way that it looks, like this has an interesting look to it, I might double it up instead and use this as my actual background base, but usually I'm putting something on top of it because I like to do texture and whatnot. Let's see, Maria says first grade is this year, so it's just the second time to do it. And Nikki says Nathan is difficult to buy for. He's 14. He's 6 foot tall, 220, so she has to buy adult men's clothes. I have been there. I understand that so well. My oldest is 6'7". He's 300 pounds, which sounds like a lot, but he's 6'7", so he's not heavy for his size. He wears a size 14.5 shoe, which is almost impossible to find. And he has been 6'7" since he was a senior in high school. So we were going through that back to school shopping in the specialty men's department, and it was not fun. Not fun at all. But I can imagine, especially today with style being what it is and trends being what they are, and they do not have the variety in the men's department, and they don't have all the cool stuff that everybody else has, which luckily both of mine cared way more about comfort. They did like what is it like as far as color and whatnot, but they wanted to know the material comfort. Was the fabric, too hot, too heavy, too itchy, too whatever, and had their own style. So I was kind of lucky with that. Some of our friends were not. They had to have something very specific, and there's no way we would have been able to find that. Back in the day of Janko jeans. Oh my goodness. Really gonna age myself with that statement. So I'm just cutting down these excess strips into 2-inch squares to make into twinchy art. Like I said, today not super exciting, just a bunch of prep. But if I have the prep done, then it makes it easy for me to walk into my craft room, my little craft space. It's not really a room. Walk in there and do whatever I want to do at a moment's notice, and not have to do the prep first. Aww. That's very cool. I'm glad he has a place that he likes that you can find stuff. That's helpful. Buckle. I'm going to have to check them out. This one I think I butchered. I think it's going to have to go to be a smaller one. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches maybe. Maybe. Let's see if I can line it up. I'm using the lines that run all the way down the Cricut to make sure that I'm getting it somewhat straight. There we go. I love this Cricut trimmer. Tiniest little bit of residue left behind. Love this Cricut trimmer. It works better than any other one that I have tried, and I've tried a lot of them. I've tried out the Fiskars Rotary a couple of times. I'm told that there is a huge learning curve with it. I don't have one, so I used somebody else's, and I used one at a crop because I wanted to try before I bought it, and I just don't love it. I like my Cricut. All right, guys, it's telling me that we have been on for an hour, so I guess I'm going to wrap things up for today. We will definitely do some more lives. I hope you guys are liking our lives. Somebody told us that it was like romper room for crafters, and I kind of love that, so I hope y'all are enjoying it. And I will try to remember when I'm going to do it to go ahead and give everybody a little bit of a heads up. It's hard for me to say I'm going to do it in 4 hours or whatnot, but I can usually go, hey, half an hour, I'm going to jump on and do it at this time. And because that way I'm like, well, my world is not blowing up in this moment, so I'm going to go ahead and try it. But anyway, I hope you all have a fabulous day. Create something wonderful for yourselves or for someone that you love, or doing it for swaps, whatever the case may be. Make sure you have some creative time in your day. And we will check back in very, very soon. Happy crafting!